Hey guys, happy Wednesday, August 30th. It's 2023, and I'm Anita with Homes by Team Hale at More Realty. I have been doing my mailers this morning and was listening to some educational information in the background, and this chart came up, and I felt it was something that needed to be shared because I think that the largest question, the largest conversation piece in the last few weeks with most of my clients and friends has been interest rates. Everybody's heard on the news, rates spiked up. You've heard it from me. And that doesn't necessarily make sense since inflation has been coming down, according to the media. Yes, the feds are still doing rate hikes, but a lot of people have this mindset of, well, if inflation's coming down, rates are going to come down right with it. And unfortunately, that's just not the way it works. So I love this graphic because it really breaks down to you since 1972 exactly kind of the trends. And by those trends, then projections can be made. So 30-year fixed rate and inflation, the part I wish I could highlight in this, they interact with a lag. So your inflation will come down or go up and interest rates will respond, but there is a lag behind them. So let's take a look at the historic numbers here. Here in the early 70s, got inflation going up. The blue line is inflation. Oh, look, interest rates lagged a bit behind them and also increased. Again, in those early 80s, inflation went up, interest rates. Look at this, that's 20%. You guys, my mom had one of those at 18.2%. Makes me gasp every time I think of that. And then things started to come down, and you can see the correlation between little spikes and valleys. Here's a spike, here's the response. You can see that relationship going over time. Now, let's look at where we're at now. We had a massive inflation spike in a very short amount of time. And our interest rates have in turn also gone up. The expectation is that we are currently hovering around 3%. The goal for the Fed is 2%. That once they get the numbers down there, they will back off of their increases on their rates. And that will give the real estate fixed rates an opportunity to breathe. I can't say if this is expected to spike above this blue line or not, because if you look through the history, they normally hover above the inflation line. But I can say that if it follows historic trends, there is the opportunity 6 months, a year from now for this to come back down. Now, I'm listening to so many different people talk about this issue, and to be quite honest, I've heard people say by the winter, by the holidays, interest rates would definitely have a 6 in front of them, and then by spring have a 5 in front of them. The economic chairperson for National Association of Realtors, I have heard, has said, oh no, that's not going to happen until the spring. In the spring, we should start seeing 6s in front of our interest rates. And then we'll see them kind of ease off from there. I don't know if it'll be this year, next year, or even the following year. What I do know is historically, those numbers track and there's a lag. If you want to know what this means to you as a buyer or seller, reach out to me. I'd love to go into depth as to how this relates to your personal situation in the market. But I think having an understanding of the way these numbers interact with each other is really important for just general knowledge about the real estate market. Again, I'm Anita with Homes by Team Hale at More Realty, and I'm always here to help you plan your next move.